Hello everyone. Today we will be understanding functions of MAP kinase signaling pathway. In this one we will be understanding role in cell cycle regulation and proliferation. We'll understand response to stress and apoptosis. We'll understand immune function and inflammation, as well as MAP signaling in disease and therapeutics. I hope this video is going to help you a lot in understanding the functions of MAP kinase signaling pathway. Before we dive into the main content, a huge shout out to our sponsors, Consensus, for supporting the channel so that we can bring amazing content to you. If you want to access the premium pack of Consensus, you can use the discount code available in the description box. And for those who are not familiar with Consensus, here is a quick snapshot of what Consensus is. Meet Consensus, the intelligent way to search for scientific research. Type in a question and let Consensus instantly sort and summarize trusted research findings all in one place. No more endless scrolling. With Consensus, you find what you need fast, clear, and verified. Compare studies effortlessly. Consensus allows you to analyze research from various sources side by side, helping you to make informed decisions quickly. Personalize your research experience. Create profiles that save your preferences, making it easier to access your most relevant topics. Collaborate seamlessly. Share your findings with colleagues and collaborate in real time, ensuring everyone is on the same page. Get Consensus today and simplify your research journey. Alright, so let's first understand role in cell cycle regulation and proliferation. You all know that for cell division, cell cycle is very important. Regulation of the cell cycle is very essential. In the MAP kinase pathway, particularly the ERK branch is really important for cell cycle progression. That you need to understand that ERK, that particular branch is really important. ERK phosphorylates and the transcription factors like c-Fos and ELK1. These are the two important transcription factors. c-Fos and ELK1, they promote the expression of genes that are required for G1 phase. And G1 phase is the first phase. It's also known as the growth phase 1 for the cell cycle. So the expression of genes that is very important for G1 phase, as well as G1 to S phase transition in S phase where the DNA replication occurs. So this entire process ensures orderly cell proliferation as well as the tissue growth. So if there is any error, that may lead to some error in proliferation as well as the tissue growth. So it's really important to understand that MAP kinase signaling is really important for cell cycle regulation as well as the proliferation. The next part is response to stress and apoptosis, which is cell death. So in case of this particular MAP kinase signaling and the further branch which are JNK branches, which are JNK and P38 pathways, they are activated in response to environmental stress. If there is any kind of stress from the environment like oxidative damage, DNA damage, as well as osmotic stress, these are some of the important examples of the stress, environmental stress that cell can sense. So these pathways, especially JNK and P38, they regulate the expression of stress responsive genes and they further mediate apoptosis. Now, because of that, it can protect the organism from damage caused by the harmful stimuli. So that is why this pathway is really important, especially JNK and P38, where the cell is trying to understand or trying to adjust itself in response to stress as well as to the apoptosis, which is also known as cell death. The next one is immune function as well as inflammation. So immunity as well as inflammation, they are interrelated. When MAP signaling is activated, that is very integral for the immune response also. So cells are involved and immune cells, they also have the MAP kinase signaling that plays an important role in case of immune function. The P38 and JNK pathways, these are two important pathways that regulate the production of pro-inflammatory cytokines such as TNF, which is tumor necrosis factor alpha, and interleukin 1 beta. These are pro-inflammatory cytokines, means they are going to enhance the inflammation. So because of this, it enhances the inflammation immune cell activation during infection, or it can work when there is injury to the particular organ or the tissue. So it's very important to regulate the immune function as well as regulate the inflammation. In this case, P38 and JNK pathways are important to regulate the pro-inflammatory cytokines. Alright, coming on to the third part, which is dysregulation and diseases. In both the cases, MAP kinase, they are really important. The improper activation or inhibition of MAP kinase signaling is associated with various diseases. So if there is any error or inhibition of MAP kinase signaling that we have discussed already, it can lead to numerous diseases. One is cancer. So cancer, if you are interested in understanding cancer, MAP kinase pathway is really important for you. Mutation, specifically in RAS or overactivation of RTKs. This is known to result in continuous activation of the ERK pathway that can cause uncontrolled cell proliferation and survival, which is the feature of cancer. Second one is inflammatory disorders. As we have already discussed that the MAP kinase is involved in inflammation. So if there is any inhibition or dysregulation, that can lead to inflammatory disorders. Overactivation of P38 signaling, that can contribute to excessive inflammatory cytokines production, which includes the pro-inflammatory cytokine production, leading to chronic inflammatory diseases such as rheumatoid arthritis. In case of rheumatoid arthritis, there is constant inflammation in the organ, constant inflammation in the body part. Now coming on to the third one, which is neurodegenerative diseases. These are really important diseases, and dysregulation of MAP kinase signaling can cause neuronal death as well as inflammation. And this can contribute to the conditions like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. These are really important diseases of old people. When cells are old, when body is old, the patient can have memory dysfunction. There are various features that are associated with these diseases, and that is also been linked with MAP kinase signaling pathways. So you can understand MAP kinase function is there in our nervous system, immune cell regulation, as well as in cancer. All right, let's conclude what we have understood in this video. The MAP kinase signaling pathway is the most important component of the cellular communication. There is no doubt in that one. Integrating extracellular stimuli to regulate essential processes like proliferation, differentiation, and stress adaptation is the key feature of MAP kinase pathway. If there is any dysregulation, that can cause various diseases, and that is why it's really important factor for therapy or therapeutic development for various diseases. And there is continuous research that is required for MAP kinase signaling so that we can, enhance our understanding of cell biology and pave the way for innovative treatments for cancer, autoimmune disorders, as well as neurodegenerative disorders. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope that in this video you were able to understand different components of functions of MAP kinase signaling pathway. We have discussed the role of cell cycle regulation, role in case of stress and apoptosis, immune function, as well as what happens when there is dysregulation or a disease. Okay, with that note, I'll conclude the video, and please stay tuned to watch all the videos that we are bringing you. Your support is really critical for the growth of the channel. Thank you so much, everyone.